Yo, book nerds, happy Father's Day. Father's Day just passed when this posts on YouTube. So in honor of Father's Day, I wanted to talk about 5 fictional fathers that I love. I did a similar video back for Mother's Day, and the ideas for these videos did come from a video that I saw on Mike's Book Reviews, so I will link that if you want to check out the original one that I saw. I want to talk about 5 fictional fathers that I adore, and 2 of these books I did talk about the mothers on my Mother's Day video. So we'll start with the 2 that are kind of repeat books, and then we'll go into the 3 that are new books. But we're talking about all the fathers today, no mothers. This is Father's Day. So I will say before we jump in, spoiler alert, because as I talk about the fathers, there might be some things that I talk about in regards to the story in the book, and I don't want to spoil anything for you if you don't want to know, but it's just inevitable. Sometimes I can't talk about why I love the father unless I talk about the story, so there might be some spoilers here. Up first, I want to talk about Charlie from the Twilight Saga by Stephenie Meyer. I love Charlie. I don't think he is like the best dad because, let's be honest, he does not know what's going on with Bella. He does not always keep tabs on her. But I will say that I think he unconditionally loves Bella and he just wants what's best for her. And he supports her, even if it doesn't always line up with his ideas for her life. He does support his daughter, and I think that is important as a parent. Like, we might have ideas and dreams for our children, and that may not be their dream. And so I think it's important to recognize that and to always support your child, unless, of course, obviously, they are doing something that is very harmful. But I suppose you could argue that Bella being with Edward is harmful to her, but I do think that Charlie knows how to walk that line of supporting Bella and loving her unconditionally, and just like, he is there when it matters, and he just never stops caring about her, and just like, he's such a good dad, and he's funny, and like, I just adore him. Like, he is just a good father. Up next, I want to talk about Bob Cratchit from A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I think Bob Cratchit can do so much with so little. Like, they are obviously a poor family. He's working a job where he just gets no thanks. It's not a good job. He gets very little pay, and he gets berated at this job, but he powers through because he needs to provide for his family. He does everything possible to provide for his family. He has a very large family, and he does everything possible to make sure that they have a good life. Like, it's Christmas time and money's tight, but he makes sure that they have a celebration and a good holiday. And I just think he embodies joy in such a way that it's contagious. Like, he is a joyful person in such grim circumstances, but he doesn't let that define him. And it's contagious. His kids are very joyful. His wife is very joyful. And even when Tiny Tim passes away and we see the sadness that comes over him, like, that just shows how much he loves his children. I can't imagine going through the pain of losing a child. I hope I never do. I hope that all of you watching never have to know that pain. And if you do, I'm extremely sorry. And I think that Bob Cratchit just like shows how to grieve and shows how to love your family through the grief. And he's just a very, very strong father figure. All right, up next, this is a childhood favorite of mine because of Winn-Dixie by Kate DiCamillo. I want to talk about Opal's father, the preacher. It's been so long since I've read this. I don't remember if they actually say his name or if they just refer to him as the preacher all the time, but we can still talk about him. I think that Opal's father is such a strong man, first of all. He is a single parent, and he has to navigate like talking about Opal's mother to her. Like, she left them and we don't really know why. Like, we kind of find out why, but we don't know all the details. Like, let's be honest. And Opal doesn't know all the details. And so her father has to navigate this very difficult situation of like trying to raise Opal, and they've moved around a bit, and she's trying to make friends, and she wants to know about her mom, but that's a very hard subject for him to talk about. But yet he does it. Like, he puts his own feelings aside and he talks about very hard things, and he does whatever he thinks is best when raising Opal on his own. And I think that with just the cards that they were dealt, like, her father does such a great job, like, just showing her how to be resilient, how to keep going, how even though like Opal's mom is gone, like, that he loves her so much. And like, you don't always get that happy ending. Like, Opal's mom doesn't come back, and like, he just loves her enough that she doesn't need that by the end. Like, she doesn't need her mom to come back into her life, and he just does everything he can to compensate for the fact that he's a single parent. Life's not perfect, and he doesn't try to sugarcoat things for Opal, and I think that that's smart. Like, he is very honest with her when she asks questions of him, and even when it's painful for him, like, he does try to be very honest with her. On a similar note, I want to talk about Atticus Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. Atticus is, again, a single father, and he is raising 2 children on his own, and he does the best that he can. He's always very honest with his children. He doesn't want to sugarcoat things for them. He wants them to grow up to be good people, and he tries to model what he like stands for and wants his children to stand for, and he instills good morals in them. Like, Atticus Finch is like the perfect father. Like, he does not make all the right choices. He doesn't, but he does his absolute best, and his heart is always in the right place. And like, there are a lot of difficult things in this book, like very difficult, and he navigates them with his children like in a very noble and honorable way. And I don't know, it's just really hard to like put into words like how much respect I have for Atticus Finch. He doesn't let anything shake his like morals, and even when there are things he doesn't want to do, like, he will rise to the challenge when he knows it's the right thing to do. And it's just very, very moving and very powerful, and he's such a good role model, and I think more people should strive to be like Atticus Finch. And then lastly, I want to talk about my favorite book of all time. It's kind of cliche to say, I think, but Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Mr. Bennet is like, he's not the best dad, let's be honest. He can be a little self-absorbed sometimes, but he makes me laugh, and he does love his daughters so much, and he wants to see them happy, and he will put their happiness before personal gain. Like, he cares about their happiness, which is saying a lot at this time, because some women would, like, their father would just kind of marry them off because they didn't really get much of a say. But Mr. Bennet really cares about what his daughters think and what will make them happy. And I love him. He even stands up to their mother sometimes in their defense, which is hard to do if you know anything about Mrs. Bennet. She's very, very vocal about her feelings and very dramatic. So he acts as like a buffer between the daughters and the mother, which is needed sometimes, or she would probably just steamroll everybody. And so I just really love Mr. Bennet. And yes, again, he's not perfect, but he does care about his daughters so much. So yes, I love Mr. Bennet. Well, here you have it. Here are 5 fictional fathers that I adore and love. I would like to wish all the fathers out there a happy Father's Day. I am super fortunate to have a wonderful relationship with my own father. He has always been super supportive of me, and I just couldn't ask for a better dad. I also have a wonderful partner, Taylor, who is an amazing father to our children, and even my child from a previous relationship, like he is an amazing father to her, and she's technically not his. Like, he is just a dad to all of our children. Like, he doesn't discriminate between our children, and I'm so thankful for that, because that doesn't always happen in relationships with blended families, and I am so grateful to have someone like him to raise our children with. That is all that I have for you guys today, and I hope you have a lovely week. Hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks for talking books with me.